I'm Angela Bishop, journalist and entertainment reporter for Network 10.
I'm Mark Furs. I used to be on Home and Away, and I'm an actor and a muso.
And we're joined by a very inspirational person.
Thanks, Mark and Angela. I'm David Werapunda. I used to play for the West Coast Eagles, but now I'm helping Indigenous kids through my foundation. And like Mark and Angela, I'm an ambassador for the National Career Development Week campaign.
Now, Ange, how lucky are you?
Oh, I'd say I've had my fair share of good luck.
But are you prepared to leave your future to luck?
No, it's far too important.
When it comes to your future and job choices, are you just going to take it as it comes, or are you going to be responsible for your own choices?
One path leads to accepting what is suggested by others, and the other path provides you with the freedom to take control, to search for and dare to follow your dreams. It takes vision to look within yourself and to dream.
So how do you take control? Well, there are transition points throughout our lives which require making decisions. Some of your senior secondary school decisions might be choosing subjects to study in Year 11 and 12, academic subjects or vocational education and training, post-school training, what course should you do, what TAFE or college or university, and what job opportunities will this training open up. Right, David?
That's right. It's so important to make informed choices about your future. So ask your teacher and career teacher at school and check out the information and resources in your school library. Is there someone in your community who is doing work that you would like to do? Ask them how they got the job, what skills and qualifications you might need. Most of all, get excited about doing a job that interests you and make it happen.
But remember, we mentioned transition points, and there are lots of them throughout our lives. Change is constant, and you'll probably change your job or career direction many times during your life.
So learning to ask questions and doing research when you're at school will help you to prepare for change throughout your life.
Yes, I've certainly experienced myself that there are transition points throughout our lives. In my case, having retired from professional football and moved on to full-time work of my foundation. If you stay true to yourself and your interest and make smart, informed choices, you'll love what you do so much as I do. Growing up in Victoria, I had seen firsthand what Aboriginal people needed. Education, health, employment was at the forefront of those needs. This was the key for me to start the David Werapunda Foundation.
Like David, your decision should be based on knowing yourself, your dreams, and what you want to do. They shouldn't be based on things like your parents' perception of job prestige, job futures, salary, or what they think you should do or are good at without full and frank discussion. To be successful, it needs to be your dream. Year 12 exam expectations. Accepting any course, training, organisation or university just because it was offered or because there's nothing better to do. Being good at a subject without any understanding of the types of careers and opportunities it might lead to. Peer pressure. Taking an easy option like a course with a lighter workload. Or glamour perception of a profession or job. Find out what it's really like first.
Think about what you want to do or are interested in. Choose carefully, do your research, and try to get advice from employers. Remember, it's your life.
So to take control, what sort of planning should you do?
You can start by asking yourself a few questions.
Like, what do you want to do when you finish school? What kind of work do you want to do?
What do you know about the industry and required level of training? Talk to people working in your field of interest.
What level of study or training do you want to do? Enough to get the job or for accreditation and reputation?
Year 11 and 12 subject choices are very important, as many training courses and careers have mandatory entry requirements. Does your future course or job have prerequisite subjects? For example, do you need to be enrolled in curriculum maths, or is trade maths okay? Choosing the wrong level of maths or science could mean that you won't get into your course.
And are your expectations realistic?
Okay, so what if you answered dunno to any or all of these questions? Well, the reality is you need to either get a job or do some study when you leave school. If it's something you want to do and are interested in, well, it'll be more enjoyable.
My dream was to be a journalist, so doing well in English at school was very important for me. Were there any subject choices that you should have made that would have helped you achieve your goals?
When I was at school, I knew I wanted to be a muso and an actor, but what I hadn't realised was that this meant I'd be self-employed, with various jobs and contracts. Paying more attention to maths and taking some business subjects would have been really useful. Choosing the wrong course often leads to students dropping out. Take some time to explore the options and to understand what career or profession is your target and why. This will help you to complete your course, although changing courses is always an option. Remember, if you're unhappy, you should talk to someone, your careers advisor, your course advisors, or your parents, so you can make changes before it affects your chance of completion. Just because you begin your journey in one direction doesn't mean that you can't take a detour. So don't think of it as a one-way street. It's not, okay? It's much better to know what you don't want to do and be prepared to find something you do want to do, rather than to stay unhappy, miserable, or disillusioned.
Is your next big decision what college, TAFE or university? Then shop around through course information booklets and websites and campus open days and talk to careers advisors and current students. Try to get the answers to these questions. Is your preferred course available and are specific specialisations on offer? How much does the course cost? What is the environment and culture of the training institution and campus? What's the accreditation and reputation of the course? What are the opportunities at the end of the course and graduate outcomes? What about transport, parking, accommodation and living costs? Do they suit? What kind of equipment, facilities and services do they have? What clubs and associations and sports facilities are on campus? What's the staff to student ratio? And does the campus size suit you?
While trying to make these decisions, it's always a good idea to seek advice from the people around you, your family, your friends, and if you're still at school, your teachers. They'll have some idea of your strengths, interests and talents, but remember that it's ultimately your choice and nobody else can make the decision for you.
But remember, you'll be the one doing the study, so it's very important that you think carefully about what you really want to do with your working life.
Mark, what advice would you give other young people about pursuing their career dreams?
I'd say be prepared to put in the hard work and don't give up. Find something you love and just stick at it. The good things will come.
Angela, what have you learnt in your career that you would like to pass on to your daughter when she's ready to start making decisions about her future?
That the happiest people on the planet are those who are doing what they love. So you really need to find out what you love doing and find a way to make it happen. And be prepared, because luck plays a part, but it's when preparation and luck meet that you have success. Like Mark says, hard work is very important, but if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like hard work.
David, you've had a lot of experience working with school students through your foundation. How important is it to know yourself and know what your skills and interests are when making subject and course choices?
I think one of the most important things that I've found over the years of working directly with these kids is that I'm sharing my personal experience and stories. It gives them an opportunity to kind of direct their own life, and they're responsible for their own attitude and actions, and it gives them a really good insight on where they need to go and what they want to do as well.
Well, David, as someone who's already achieved a lot in your life, how important is it to dream big when it comes to career choices?
It's always important to dream big, but also very important to take baby steps to achieve that as well. So you've got to have small-term, short-term goals to achieve them, and then when you get to the ultimate dream one day, you've got to make sure that you cover all your bases, but most importantly, just have a go and never ever be disappointed.
Angela and I have talked about the importance of working hard and being prepared for opportunities when they arise. How much of being successful would you say comes down to being proactive and having a plan?
Being proactive is the key. You've got to be prepared when that opportunity does come in life. You never know when it's going to come. And I think being proactive is one of the keys of me being successful with my footy career over the years.
And how about seeking out further information to make the right choices about your future? Who did you ask?
I think that's a personal question you need to ask yourself. I found that it was good to go and ask friends and family that knew me best, but with my football career, I was able to develop relationships and ask them questions to give me a better blueprint on what I had to do to be a better footballer.
Just remember, making the right subject and course choices will really help set you up on the right career path for you.
But if you don't know what you want to do, that's okay too. Often you discover your true passion when you least expect it. The best way to prepare is to ensure that you've kept your options open, developed great communication skills, and studied a broad range of subjects.